to damage him yet, but I am taking requests for you, Keller.
For me?
Your day, your request.
Oh, the piano?
No. Not easy.
Mommy, can I take Joy to our house? Why? I read Whistle. She's going to help me look for it.
No, they're not here. They
Where
weren't
were
there.
they?
No, they're not at the house.
Denis Villeneuve's 2013 film Prisoners tells the story of Keller Dover, a man trying to find his missing child Anna and her friend Joy. The mystery of their disappearance leads to the uncovering of many of the town's most macabre secrets. However, the efforts of local authorities initially lead to the arrest of only one suspect, Alex, who is the owner of a rundown RV that the children were seen playing on before they went missing. Alex has a severe mental disability, and because of this, he speaks very little. But when he does speak, it does him very few favours.
Jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin laid an egg.
Tell me what you did with him! Tell me!
They didn't cry until I left them.
Despite these lines being very incriminating, only Keller hears them, and the police begin to doubt Alex's ability to carry out the crime.
Alex Jones, unfortunately, has the IQ of a 10-year-old. There's no way that someone with the IQ of a 10-year-old could abduct two girls in broad daylight and then somehow make them disappear.
But while the authorities release Alex, Keller takes a different course of action, and it is this course that this video will be focusing on. Keller abducts Alex. Before we get into the analysis of this action, Robert McKee writes, "No film can be made to work without an understanding of the reactions and anticipations of the audience. This is something that writer Aaron Gutsikowski has clearly kept in mind in the development of this script. One thing this film forces everyone to ask themselves is, what would you do? How far would you go to find your children? It's inevitably going to be divisive, especially with the course of action Keller takes. To put it bluntly, he kidnaps a young man with a severe mental disability, and he's our protagonist. However, the line separating good and evil in Prisoners is not so clearly drawn. Keller abducts an innocent man, but Keller is convinced he's not innocent. He's convinced he has his child. So it begs the question, what would you do in his position? Gutsikowski has clearly made this ambivalent deliberately, and whatever your answer, he has considered and represented each viewpoint with a character in the film. First and most obviously, there is Keller himself, who takes on the view that he has to find his child by any means necessary. He's infected with the certainty that Alex is guilty, and as a result of this, he only takes his methods further and further.
Tell me! Tell me! Tell me! Tell me! Where's my daughter? Where's my daughter?
There will certainly be those who watch this film and know that they would likely go down a similar path of darkness. Someone has your child, you're almost certain that this person did it, and they won't tell you where they are. It's this fact that leads to the next interpretation of Keller's torture, those who understand and even act similarly, but not go as far. For this way of thinking, we have the other father, Franklin Birch. Franklin takes part for a time, but not without objection from himself or manipulation from Keller.
We heard him until he talks, or they're gonna die. No. No. We heard him until he talks, or they're gonna die. That's the choice.
But it reaches a point where Franklin can't endorse it any longer, let alone take part.
Can't hurt him anymore without killing him, so this is the only way.
Have you lost your mind, Keller?
Do you have a better idea, Franklin? Do you? Go ahead, let him out if you want. I'm not going to stop you.
But he is stopped by the next character, his wife, Nancy.
Franklin. Stop.
Nancy chooses to not get involved with what Keller is doing, but not stopping him either, to let him walk the path he's chosen and hope it leads to their daughters.
Think of Joy. We're not gonna help Keller, but we won't stop him either. Let him do what he needs to.
But perhaps you may watch this film and think that from beginning to end, Keller has no justification for abducting Alex, and that he should be looking for Anna and Joy within the remit of the law. And you even may hope for Keller to be caught. For this there is Detective Loki, who, as well as looking for the girls, investigating and interrogating various suspects, is also investigating Keller. Keller blurs the line of good and evil, and we still stay with him throughout the film. However, his is never presented as the right course of action. It is merely presented to us as it is, and to make of it what we will. Guzikowski's written a film is inherently divisive. It feels as though it was written to make people think their own thoughts about what's happening. This isn't a film that's going to tell you what's happening is wrong. Guzikowski is giving the judgment to the audience, but by anticipating the reactions and expectations of the audience, Guzikowski is ensured we have characters on our side, whatever we think.
Put the gun there! Go!